What's up, y'all? It's Lyric Zone from Brutal Business. You're now checking out Skippy Ickham from Uncovering the Underground. Check this shit out now. No one ever treated me like you did.
I wish you weren't so full of yourself. Too bad you're only here looking for handouts. What's the point of talking up what you've done when it ain't shit? I've heard it all before, there's nothing I'm missing. It'd be nice to get a little distance. They say you know when you find the one, and you're not it. I can tell you I'll fail 100 times, but you won't get it. I can slam my door in your face 1,000 times, but you don't quit it. I'm not your band-aid, I'm not gonna patch you up when life is getting tough. I'm not gonna big you up, I can't do everything. I'm not gonna dust you off when last night was so rough. How can you call this love? You're too broken for me. All of the details of my life the way it's always meant to be. Well, you try and clean yourself up, and it really shows how try to fix a person when they don't want help, but life goes on. I can tell you I'll fail 100 times, but you won't get it. I can slam my door in your face 1,000 times, but you don't quit it. I'm not your band-aid, I'm not gonna patch you up when life is getting tough.
Negativity and drop the hate. Stay out your feelings even when I tell you not today. I showed her the lean on is not a spot for toxic waste. Brighten your day. You don't like the sight of the sun. Try to lift you up, but it's almost like you gotta be bummed. You suck the air out the room and you stop all the fun. You want honesty? Well, honestly, we're probably done.
I'm not your band-aid. I'm not gonna patch you up when life is getting tough. I'm not gonna big you up, I can't do everything. I'm not gonna dust you off when last night was so rough. How can you call this love? You're too broken for me.
My brain leak on the paper like a brain drill. Never feels better than when the rain hit. I speak of nothing but the insane shit. Are you ready to learn my language? My brain leak on the paper like a brain drill. Never feels better than when the rain hit. I speak of nothing but the insane shit. Are you ready to learn my language? Ever since a Dieabolik, I've always been a slimy one. Trouble to misfit, living this shit to grind me one. You've been waiting for your new king, well I have come. Bow your heads and take your place in the asylum. I'm sick of the killing kittens, the life is over, I'm spitting. The wicked is my intention, we're enemies in the mission. Listen, this is not fiction, I have come to make it real. If I have to, I will kill, prophecy be fulfilled. Call it the will of the gods or the will of the devils, but really I believe in none. So sorry for your troubles, I have come with a shovel, bury you deep in a hole. My feelings I can't control, so I gotta take your soul. With a mug like Rocky Dennis and an evil with Dennis. Ugly and understatement, I'm a downright menace. You with me to hit the scrimmage, make the push in the first. We brutal up in this business, this is sick and it's worse. My brain leak on the paper like a brain drill. Never feels better than when the rain hit. I speak of nothing but the insane shit. Are you ready to learn my language? My brain leak on the paper like a brain drill. Never feels better than when the rain hit. I speak of nothing but the insane shit. Are you ready to learn my language? Another verse for the worst, with heads that hurt. They're downtrodden, forgotten, but still walking this earth. Then my motherfucking people, fuck the steeple. I'm a gutter motherfucker, yeah, and just be looking evil. They be fucking your mad minds and cutting your landlines and leading you to the slaughter. To damn, your life is past prime. Underground, we a new breed of elephants, stomping the opposition. The competition is none. Know that we wicked, dark, shine brighter than the sun. Enemies come, I am done with the beat of rap. I beat him down, sit there and bleed him out. Y'all want none with the team. Brutal is the business, we murder the scene. No. I kill a bitch when it's time. We be a virus spreading all across the land. No. My brain leak on the paper like a pain drill. Never feels better than when the rain is. I speak of nothing but the insane shit. Are you ready to learn my language? My brain leak on the paper like a pain drill. Never feels better than when the rain hit. I speak of nothing but the insane shit. Are you ready to learn my language?
Yeah. Laying on my back, looking at the sky, contemplating why I'm feeling like I'd rather die. If there's any reason that I found to stay within this life, it's gotta be my daughter. Gotta never leave a fucking side. Word is born. I go to war for her and all that. This is real, this is nothing that you all rap. If you touch it, then I guarantee it's all bad. Cause I snap back, so I ain't talking about a ball cap. Fucker, y'all just suckers and I'm harboring souls. My approach is the same as Dr. Marvin Monroe. Sharp therapy and swearing we are not even close. David Carradine couldn't hang if I showed in the roast. Got a bitch that's insane, so she got my vote. Similar to these, that's the way she got on the pole. Drinking liquor like it's water and I'm out of control. The Mona Lisa wouldn't smile if she looked at my soul.
Feeling like there's no shame running through these cold veins. Can't feel my soul, I'm out of touch and feel no pain. And I've been thinking that I'm ready to die. No big deal. Can't leave, I still got plenty of life. I can't be killed. Like there's no shame running through these cold veins. Can't feel my soul, I'm out of touch and feel no pain. And I've been thinking that I'm ready to die. No big deal. Can't leave, I still got plenty of life. You'll never kill me.
But I'm feeling like I'm guilty. No rest is the best that I will be. I got demons that progress while I'm wealthy. So my death will invest in it well-being. No stress, I'll impress if it kills me. Chop the screw, that's the style that I will bring. Homicidal necrophilia.
Feel me, bitch.
Cause I'm fucking killing the way you ever rebelled. And after going against me, no defense, and you can see what's still it. And you know it can't be understand that you perceive the jealous. But you won't offend me, no, not any rapper has a skeleton taste. So they break fast like cheating during Ramadan. When I perform my book, magic like the Necronomicon. Ripping up the flows, yes, you know that it goes on and on. Kevin Gates on stage, I kick it for the audio.
Feeling like there's no shame running through these cold veins. Can't feel my soul, I'm out of touch and feel no pain. And I've been thinking that I'm ready to die. No big deal. Can't leave, I still got plenty of life. I can't be killed.
But I'm feeling like I'm at this point. I'll either snap, go crazy, or mass destroy. This ain't a sham, so don't blame if I act annoyed. If you question what I rap and try to match the source, trying to get spins like breakers on harbor floors. It's hard when you couldn't write a check for sliding doors. You can see I get spins like a laundromat. I believe I'm sicker than a hypochondriac. Yeah, your bitch clean and I'm calling it good. Pints all on my balls cause she polishing wood. Think I could if I want, but it's misunderstood. Leave blood on the walls like recording was shook. I'm depressed to the point that I can't just chill or relax, but goddamn it, I need beef in my life cause I'm famished. Plus I came to purge like bulimics after smashing on a full stomach. But I swear the answer is I'm a bad egg like ovarian cancer. Frankenstein on the beat, race creating the master. Remix beautiful people like Marilyn Manson. It's alive when I'm screaming while I'm tearing up these raps. And I'm flashing bitches like Barry Allen in the sack. And I got your bitch nude, hippie hugging my tree trunk. For you should be a little like a fucking Ewok.
Feeling like there's no shame running through these cold veins. Can't feel my soul, I'm out of touch and feel no pain. And I've been thinking that I'm ready to die. No big deal. Can't leave, I still got plenty of life. I can't be killed. Like there's no shame running through these cold veins. Can't feel my soul, I'm out of touch and feel no pain. And I've been thinking that I'm ready to die. No big deal. Can't leave, I still got plenty of life. You'll never kill me.
Look past me, don't look at me. Boundaries set strict to the end of prison. Humans we let our frequencies combine. We are all the same, showing teeth and we're in pain. Let me dive into your mind, let our frequencies. We are all the same, showing teeth and we're in pain. Let me dive into your mind, let our frequencies combine. We are all the same, showing teeth and we're in pain. Let me dive into your mind, let our frequencies combine. 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 Frequencies
We're so used to seeing the world in just very few dimensions, time and space, depth and appearance. There is so much more at work in our universe than that which just meets the naked eye.
I'm a child of Saturn, I'm a Capricorn. When I came forth, then a battle was born. Alpha and Omega swinging back and forth. Blow for blow, tracing back to the source. A wormhole ripped open, then out fell me. The perfect harmony of apathy and empathy. Here to prove a point on a karmic remedy. Cause I'm a concentration of pure energy. Now every one of us has that golden ticket. But who will be the one to just go and get it? Well, I volunteer, so don't you get offended. I've been working every minute with the boldest intentions. And at a certain point, my hands are tied. And this is the shit that you cannot deny. Why would I lie? You're in for the ride, so sit the fuck back and just open up wide. At one point, my spirit was broken until this entity was awoken. I can hear the words left unspoken, and there's no doubt they assume that I'm joking. But Pandora's box was opened. My brain is the source to control it. And that's why I'm smoking. DMT with Joe Rogan. And that's why I'm smoking. That's why I'm smoking. And that's why I'm smoking. DMT with Joe Rogan. My pineal gland smells like a newborn baby. Whatever rules you live by, you won't make me. I'm the type to go out and do something crazy. You can't keep up because you're too lazy. You give it your all to cover up your face. You train ambition to work hard for the state. And even with that, they will tarnish your wage. But here's food for thought, I'll even garnish the plate. This is your life, and you can decide whether the flesh is a coffin or a vehicle to drive. Are you damned from the start? And is it worth the fight? That's up to you if you can swim with the tide. But if you're holding your breath with a hole in your chest, just listen up good, cause I've spoken the rest. Will you be one who can cope with the test? It will all flash by in that moment of death. But Pandora's box was opened. My brain is the source to control it. And that's why I'm smoking. DMT with Joe Rogan. And that's why I'm smoking. That's why I'm smoking. And that's why I'm smoking. DMT with Joe Rogan. I have seen the snake woman deity. I have been the pharaoh with peasants praising me. I have been a stag family underneath a tree. And I have been a quasar with the need to feed. So I'm grabbing the hourglass, crushing it hard. Let the sand blow away from on top of my arms. Cause I am Father Time, I am always in charge. I recognize my role and now I'm out of the dark. I am trying to tell you that there's nothing to fear. That's why I write these songs you can play in your ear. When it comes to life and death, I'm a pioneer. So breathe deep, this air I'm trying to clear. We all have guesses to solve the mystery. And even with your facts, people will still disagree. So you can keep on repeating history. But I'm just being real, yo, this is me. At one point, my spirit was broken until this entity was awoken. I can hear the words left unspoken. And there's no doubt they assume that I'm joking. But Pandora's box was opened. My brain is the source to control it. And that's why I'm smoking. DMT with Joe Rogan. And that's why I'm smoking. That's why I'm smoking. And that's why I'm smoking. DMT with Joe Rogan.
Sure. What up? I'm tired of these motherfuckers acting like I don't belong up in this bitch. Really? Trying to act like Lyrizon don't belong in this bitch. Trying to act like Legion don't belong in this bitch. Trying to act like Murder D don't belong in this bitch. Get the fuck out of here, motherfuckers. Sure. Gotta rid myself of this anger shit, feel I'm about to pop. Got a gang of swishes, I fill it up with my pop. But I'm on some heinous shit, basically it's a shock that I made it through all this hatred. I'm making it to the top. I'm here to shake it, the fakers, they need to stop. They've been awakened, debating if they should drop another track while they waiting. I'm on the block, I'm impatient, I'm pitching tracks like they rocks. Let's go. I'm on a passage, a socket to fuckers thinking they popular. Bitch, be repping the underground, give a fuck about nothing, I don't belong. Fuck it, you stopping nothing, confronting me like a jerk. I'm about to take his life like I just put in some work. Every day I think I'm here and it won't be long. Feel the struggle, feel the pain, feel the aching in my jaw. When I look into the mirror, I realize I don't belong. I don't belong, like I just did something wrong. I don't belong, here and it won't be long. I don't belong, really aching in my jaw. When I look into the mirror, I realize I don't belong. I don't belong.
Yeah, go label me that outcast. By promise when I'm done, you can know we snapped and lead these rappers in glad bags. You internet thuggers are crazy, convinced in the fact that I won't react. Tempting my conglomerate, but lacking the attributes to scrap. Who the fuck you think that I am? To simply take this shit, thinking I'm submissive, but really the type to get lit. Guess I gotta prove to you I'm about my business by making an example of why you should have been listening. All these years, noticing the hunger's different compared to all my peers. Regardless, I'm treated badly. Seen as an average MC, though could be the illest on beats. Though you'll never see it, cause somehow I don't belong.
Every day I feel the pain, like I just did something wrong. Every day in my brain, I'm here and it won't be long. Feel the struggle, feel the pain, feel the aching in my jaw. When I look into the mirror, I realize I don't belong. I don't belong, like I just did something wrong. I don't belong, here and it won't be long. I don't belong, really aching in my jaw. When I look into the mirror, I realize I don't belong.
I never felt like I belonged with any song that I wrote, but I stayed strong and pushed on with the hope that I get the last laugh on rap. That's no joke. Like on that last track that I smashed, I'm so dope. Oh no, people are saying that I'm underrated. My flow has been developed from all of the hatred I'm shown. But either way, I'm gonna go take it and mold it into my music and use it for elevation. I'm grown, but yet I'm feeling stepped on. Man, I'm putting out an album even though I'm slept on. Hit a murder these beats, my lyrics are in the zone. But when I'm looking in the mirror, I feel like I don't belong.
Every day I feel the pain, like I just did something wrong. Every day in my brain, I'm here and it won't be long. Feel the struggle, feel the pain, feel the aching in my jaw. When I look into the mirror, I realize I don't belong. I don't belong, like I just did something wrong. I don't belong, here and it won't be long. I don't belong, really aching in my jaw. When I look into the mirror, I realize I don't belong. Every day I feel the pain, like I just did something wrong. Every day in my brain, I'm here and it won't be long. Feel the struggle, feel the pain, really aching in my jaw. When I look into the mirror, I realize I don't belong.
fire, telling of his horror. Lost in the woods with the madman and the stars. Don't laugh at the tales. Heed if you call him the legend. With beware the madman Mars.
Madman, ex-con, dragon egg, left palm. Mr. Schizophrenic, dropping on you like a firebomb. Ain't no fucking state of calm. I bring shit terror, fear to fucking scare ya. Cannibal prepare ya, evil can betray ya. Follow me into the fog, you ain't coming out alive. No worries getting lost. I'ma think of some atrocities, to fucking torture ya. Come into the kitchen, got a cupboard I can store your parts. East Coast savior, clubber leader, run amok. Double up a couple chumps I'm slaying, I don't give a fuck. Madman storms, revving chainsaws and killing cops. Eat them if I have to just to hide the evidence. Triple dip the rabbit, as to keep my mind straight. Get rid of economic clash. Be ruled by hate. I'll lead your kids and rob a bank. Mr. Incredible. Anything is edible when your fucking mind is gone.
Look what we got here, another secret remedy from the everyday mundane weighing heavily on the soul. So you seek a friend of me relating to these rhythms. I'm flailing motions carelessly. Biple's a nice way of saying there's a struggle, but two beats compressed in this meat bubble that I call my head. Whatever, you know the trouble that you in now, not good at being subtle. No filter to say the least of it. I'm keep on coming, burning my surroundings. Y'all pussies keep on running arrogant and ignorant, mistaken for some cunning sudden that keep on talking like your safety you are shunning. Bumping on another good day, cause it won't last. Humming on your requiem, cause it all in the past. Slumming on your charity before fades fast. Madman made to fade you to black, that's a fact. Come on, the king for your tell with me. Come on, the king for your tell with me. Come on, the king for your tell with me. Come on, the king for your tell with me.
Hey, what up, Lokesters? This is Loke Saint. You're listening to Uncovering the Underground with my man Skippy Ickham on Spreaker Podcast Radio, bringing you nothing but the best in underground music.
Now this speech is for the birds. Those of you born into this world different than the rest because of your gifts. See, the world has tried to reject you, hate you, and alienate you because of your gifts. To make you separate, to hold you down, to clip your wings so bird you cannot fly anymore. This one's for you. Turn it up.
I wish I was a bird so I could fly away. But I am no bird, so on the ground it I will lay. Take me away from all these killing fields of hate where we're held at bay. And make me fly or let me die, cause I can't take even one more day.
Every night when I pray, what I say, God help the love to fly high away. Cause I'm sick of the planet, devil, damn it, I wanna kill it, that's why I shy away. Brainwaves in a telekinetical kind of state, I'm lying wide awake. I'm up inside of my pineal gland, with a metaphysical man that is tied to fate. The mind might get grandiose, even though the world I'm living like a barrio. See wherever the mind goes, where the body goes, and I keep my mind high, so it's adios. In a world full of snakes, they're striking with venom, open and beginners, beginning again, I'm a secular minimum, driven with a finger would hit him, it's only beginning together, every bit of the wicked rhythm. I just wanna fly, but they don't wanna see the phoenix rise. Lay down and die, clipping my wings and hope I will survive. I wish I was a bird so I could fly away. But I am no bird, so on the ground it I will lay. Take me away from all these killing
killing fields of hate where we're held at bay. And make me fly or let me die, cause I can't take even one more day.
It's like I'm looking for a witness with the path of enrichment. I'm trying to force out the wicked and pay for repentance, cause I walk with the death like I'm sick, heart beats like a Christian compared to the rest. With furry curls on my neck, I'm trying to keep blood on my flesh like a bird eye. Wish I could fly away, like suddenly 100 miles away. Why? I don't really feel the same from my campaign, and I be feeling all alone like they can't hang. I'm in the valley of the death, about to take brains. I guess I'm kinda psycho-whacking with this octane. When you mix elements, it gets unsafe. Lonely mix with the Bible, get low saint. It's something gotta give, I'm tired of this war pain. It's something got me in a trouble with the whore thing. Step into a vision when I get to writing, you don't wanna run up on the spirit, keep a victim, I believe I'm burning. Every time I touch a microphone, I really leave them hurting. Angels deceive them, will leave you a corpse. If you see me coming, you should know that I get ready for whatever. If you want it, we can get it, double murder flows. Every syllable that you be hitting, people spitting at me, doesn't matter, chew upon the shits for the birds.
I wish I was a bird so I could fly away, but I am no bird, so on the ground it I will lay. Take me away from all these killing fields of hate where we're held at bay, and make me fly or let me die, cause I can't take even one more day.
They hate what God made. I unravel my DNA and I place it before the planet, and granted gets thrown away. They don't like that I'm speaking something that's different than common say, and they snip in my wings and shackle my body to hold it bay. But I really wanna bust up out that box that I've been locked in, showing everybody that I can take flight when the brain maintain that oxygen. Came with the pain that I hang with a few screws loose and a neurotoxin. Shame on the herds and the bang on the birds and the belly of death that I'm boxed in.
I wish I was a bird so I could fly away, but I am no bird, so on the ground it I will lay. Take me away from all these killing fields of hate where we're held at bay, and make me fly or let me die, cause I can't take even one more day.
yeah. Whoa, whoa. The entertainment age is here at last. Too many racing, but not enough gas. Marketing off a bill of fuels. It's not anymore when there are no rules. Yeah, and I'm just like any other guy. I try to stick a finger in the pie. Sometimes love it ain't enough. The crust is too thick, my gun is getting tired. And we just keep on doing what we do. No time for me, I got no time for you. You better get with it, or you will never get this. So la 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 la. All I really gotta say to you, you get treated the way you do. So when I'm old and lonely, you'll be old and better. I'll see you later, 'cause I am a content creator, and you're the frustrator, my constant source of inspiration, creation. I hope you're having fun. I hope you like what we have done. We need you to try it. We're begging you to buy it. All it takes is a place and time, some decent music and a catchy rhyme, and people telling people that nobody is equal. Your flashy clothes and your attitude, demanding looks for your latitude. Believe you're on the level. This life is yours to revel. I'll see you later, 'cause I am a content creator, and you're the frustrator, my constant source of inspiration, creation. Yeah, I hope you're having fun. I hope you like what we have done. We need you to try it. We're begging you to buy it. All it takes is a place and time, some decent music and a catchy rhyme, and people telling people that no one is equal. All I really gotta say to you, you get treated the way you do. So when I'm old and lonely, you'll be old and you'll be old and you'll be old and you'll be old and bad.
Teens, madness and sadness, happiness and joy mixed with depression, and those lessons we all learn from having these emotions grab us. Suicidal, homicidal fits of psycho rip inside my vitals. I feel G's. How do I manage this? Emotions that keep roller coasting in my ghost, that makes me feel I am indeed a mixture of all of these. Hatred and love and peace and war, hardcore, and then mixed quick with a little harmony. Let me go, let the flow go live like I'm a moment to the very in the center of your spot. I'ma spit it again because I'm embedded deep inside of you like a chip in a robot. Shiny 5 is alive and I'm making it known from every emotion I stretch like Botox. It's son of a gun, hip in the bed seats. I can't believe everybody's rolling a soul off. Sorry doc, I really like it the way that was made, so the crazy train stops when I roll off. And I gotta exhibit everything that's stuck inside of my prison. When I get a vision, I'ma go off. Got me feeling like my mentality bad on me. Gotta be the side effect of my motherfucking anatomy. Overheating the brain, be running ahead of me, recording whatever the data be gathering. Sane, I think not 1 million thoughts and they fire at once while I'm caught in the middle of a rock and a hard place. Take them to the Mars space case on slot. I can't think for the feels I be feeling coming up out of me, rockets like a butt shot. And I lie if I did not tell you I'm distraught. Deal with all these things inside. I don't know how I'm still sadness, happiness and joy mixed with depression, and those lessons we all learn from having these emotions grab us. Suicidal, homicidal fits of psycho rip inside my vitals. Awful G's. How do I manage this? Emotions that keep roller coasting in my ghost and make me feel I am indeed a mixture of all of these. Hatred and love and peace and war, hardcore and then mixed with a little harmony. All the confusion, trying to make sense of a life living in the dark.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Uncovering the Underground Radio podcast show. As always, I am your host, Dieabolike of Brutal Business Entertainment, and we thank you for listening to the show. Click the share button, like button, follow, whatever button they give you on whatever platform you're on, go ahead and click that. We would really appreciate it. The more that you do that, the more we move up the ranks in the podcast community and the bigger and better things we can do because the more people that we reach. You can listen to us out there on any of the platforms, whether it be Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Amazon Music, you name it, we are on it. If you want to interact with the show live, you can do so by going to www.spreaker.com. Again, that is www.spreaker.com. That's Spreaker. Or look up Spreaker on your app market, and you can download the app. When you do that, not only do you get our show, you get thousands of other great podcast shows, but what that allows you to do is you can click our show, you can leave us comments, and you can ask our guests questions during the show. So if they are live episodes, feel free to get interactive with the show. We would love to hear what your input is, hear what questions you have for our guests each week. This week we have a wonderful guest, which we'll be jumping to in just a moment. But if you are listening live or listening after the fact, as I said, please click the share button, share this around to your family and friends. We would really appreciate it. And real quick, we want to thank our sponsors, Tattooed Scumbag Apparel. If you like a lot of comfortable, badass clothing, you are a tattooed scumbag like me, you'll fucking love it. Great clothing, everything from hoodies to beanies to socks, sweatpants, and everything in between. I was at a music festival over the weekend. My label, Brutal Business Entertainment, was performing a good chunk of that music festival. It was freezing. Dropped down to 40 degrees, and sure enough, with all the different clothes options I had, I pulled out my tattooed scumbag gear. I had my beanie on, my hoodie, and I stayed toasty through that 40-degree night in my tent. And it's just a testament to their brand. Not only does it look good, it fits good, it keeps you warm. You can check them out at www.tattooedscumbag.com. Use promo code BBE10, that is BBE10, for 10% off of your overall order. So make sure you do that. Check out their merch. We do want to thank Legion Artworks, Roush Designs, R3 Graphics, and everyone out there that supports the show. We really appreciate you guys. Our guest tonight is a longtime friend, a longtime fellow musician. We've collabed together several times. He's been making shockwaves in the underground for many years, but in the last 2 years, he's really come out and surprised a lot of people who didn't know of him before that point. And if you're discovering him tonight, make sure you check out his music, purchase that music, buy his merch. He just released a brand new album called Gasoline last week. This is none other than my homie, Dieabolik The Monster. How you doing, bro?
Hey, what up, man? I appreciate you having me on, bro.
Absolutely. It was really nice to have you on. I know we had something planned for later next year, and something, kind of came open, and you and I were both free, so I was glad I could get you on the show. Worked out really well with the timing of the dropping of the new album.
Absolutely, man. Nah, man, a lot's been going on, and I appreciate, you having a platform to where I can get on here and kind of spread this stuff to people I wouldn't have reached otherwise, you know what I mean? So I appreciate you, bro, for real, for having me on here, man.
No, absolutely. That's what I love to do. I love to get good artists out there to other good people and let people find out, about new music. That's what it's all about. There's some people that are stingy with their music. I've never been one of those people. I always try to see if I find someone that's dope, I want to get them out there.
I'm the same way, man. See, that's another thing, man, about us, or for real, that ever since I've known you, man, it's kind of been like that. We showed, I know at any show, man, I'm up front the whole time. It don't matter if it's the first person, if it's the last person, I'm up front showing love. And it's, I seen that you was like that too, man. I think that's where me and you kind of clicked at.
Definitely. We've been talking for a long time. I mean, I listened to your interview actually earlier this week with the homies over at Replicon Radio.
Oh, absolutely, man.
You know, I heard part of your guys' interview was them talking about how dope you were, but how they did not know who you were until Night of the Shrunken Heads Festival last year. And that's just funny because me and you go way back. I came on to you first with Gator Boy, and that was when I came on to you in a scene. And I mean, that was quite a while ago. So it's been a long time love, long time respect for you, and we've done many songs together over the last decade,
absolutely.
I guess. And,
man.
It's great to be able to kick it tonight and get to talk. And as they were talking about last week, they met you for the first time at Night of the Shrunken Heads. We had been talking for many years, but that was the first that we had met each other as well.
Yeah, in person, man. Like, and a lot of people don't even realize that was a first, really a first everything for a lot of shit. Like, that was my return back to the scene. Like, at the time, Razakel invited me out. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of family there anyways, man. Like, but I ain't gonna lie, man. I was fucking nervous. I was like, oh shit, like I had to come back, and I'm gonna give this one big push. And it's funny that in 1 year, how many people seen that drive and seen all that shit, and they support me today, and it's blessings on blessings, man. That's all I've ran into over the past year.
It is, man. You've been getting a lot of love the past year, and it's funny because I've seen all of the years over the years, and I've seen different transitions from you. I've seen different ventures from you, from different teams that you worked with to ultimately finding, I think, what now is your home base. I think that you're fit with Razakel and Hard Jaws, and obviously our bro Donna Rice. I think that is a great fit for you. I think that it was great to be on LSP. It was great to be associated with Murder Music, but I think that Shrunken Heads Productions, Shrunken Heads Entertainment, I think that is where you really come full swing, I think. Yeah,
for sure, man. A lot of that stuff, now that I look at it from a different aspect, because at the time I didn't really know the business part of it. I didn't know. I was kind of going in, that young, naive musician type shit, and not really know what to expect and things. And, I'm grateful that I went through everything whenever I did, because with everything that's happened in my career, like, I feel like it's led me to this exact spot, exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I feel like all that shit happened for a reason, man. It's kind of, cliche to say or whatever it is, but I really do feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at, man. And I found that out from last year. I got a taste of it then. And then, in this past weekend we just had, and really just ever since the first release come out from or the mixtape and all that, man, ever since that point, just the amount of love and respect for one another and things like that. And a lot of us have a common background. So it's finally fucking cool to have fun and have people that love you for real and have all that around you, man. Like, it's kind of hard to hate on a team that's like that. You feel what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. And there's a lot of love there. I will give that festival, 2 thumbs up and kudos from me, because last year when we performed there was nothing but love in the building. I mean, there was so much love and energy and respect and just what shows were meant to be about. I felt. And that was a great feeling at that show. I left that weekend. I mean, it was a nice little haul to get to Indiana and back, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
The whole time I'm like, fuck yeah, that was a good show. It was put on well. Now, I wasn't able to make this year, but ironically enough, I just got to play with all them anyways the night before Night of the Shrunken Heads and here in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's cool,
2 nights
man.
before. So it worked out kind of strangely anyways, but that's great. Razakel's actually on the chat right now. She's leaving some love. She said Dieabolik.
Yeah.
But no, she put it together one hell of a little festival last year, and I'm ashamed I couldn't see it this year, but it was definitely fun getting to play with them again. I've been playing shows with Razakel for many, many years, and that's what's funny about the Full Swing, Full Circle, is that I knew her, completely different reasons, completely different connections, and then ultimately it came back around that you're on the same team. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, it's wild, man, because me and Don, you know this, man. I
lost you for a quick second there. I heard you say you and Don, and then I lost you just a little bit.
Oh, my bad, man. We go way back anyways, you know what I mean? So for us to start out where we did, kind of discovering each other and helping each other grow in this underground shit to be ending up on the same team, it still blows my fucking mind.
Yeah, that is kind of funny that it worked out like that. Because, I mean, obviously, for the people that don't know much about your music, you know, you have Sick Gang, and we'll talk a little bit about that coming up. But,
Right.
you know, and it's funny how that led you guys together to be on the same team. And I knew Dawn separately from you, separately from Raz. So, once again, really kind of funny. It's great to see like-minded people drawn together and working together. And like I said, she's got a great team put together there. I was very impressed the other night, you know, as always. And, you know, it's great to get to rock out with her again because I'm shifting gears a little bit on my end and going a little bit different directions on kind of production and the media side.
Right,
So
yeah.
I don't know how many more times I'm going to get to do that with you guys, but, you know, it was a blessing to at least get to play with most of the homies that I've had over the years.
But you're mad talented as well, man. Like, you could do any of this shit and succeed. Like, what you're doing with this radio show and the interviewing stuff like that, you're amazing. Yeah, people fuck with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Talent recognizes talent, man. It ain't been nothing but love, for real. And I wish you the best. Whichever direction you go, you know you got my support, man.
Well, thank you. That means a lot to me, brother. Like I said, you've been very loving and very supportive over the years, and you know, think that there's still many years of friendship to come. And there's still a lot of fun to be had, no matter what the platform might be. I just want to get out there and help music. That's my thing. Is I love doing music. I love creating music, but I love to put people on like you know, on a higher map and keep pushing you and try to do what I can to help other artists reach the crowds that they need to reach.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's fucking appreciated.
Absolutely, it's all love, underground, baby. That's what it's about. So why don't we jump into it? Let's talk about, you know, we mentioned Gator Boy, and I don't want to follow suit with anybody else interviewing you, but let's talk a little bit about that. That was a 17-song debut album.
Yeah, insane.
And you know what I mean? That's, if you're going to do something, I guess that's the way to do it. To come out as being someone most people didn't know at that time, and coming out with a 17-song album with banger after banger on it. There's some underground classics on that album. So I mean, what was your mind state during that time period? Is kind of fresh, new, and you had to prove yourself. What were you feeling during that writing process?
Well, man, from the beginning of it, you know, I was kind of doing local music. I was in a group called Maniacs back then, kind of doing my solo thing. We had this thing called East End Entertainment, and that's currently where I live at now, is the East End of Portsmouth. So it was kind of all bred and born down here, and coming up from that, man, you know, doing music and stuff. And then my girl got pregnant, and at the time I had a job where I was like, I don't know if I can pull this shit. I gotta do some grown man shit. I don't know what grown men do because I never had that in my life. So I ended up joining the military, man, and kind of putting the music behind me. So after being in the military for a long time, I was in the Army. I was fuel supply, so I fueled up Black Hawk helicopters, shooting machine guns and shit. A bunch of shit that I never thought that I was going to do, man, but that I was kind of doing for my family. But whenever I got out, or towards the end of my career in the Army, I started to fall back in love with music again. And, you know, like, man, I kind of miss doing that shit. So kind of getting back into that, we were still stationed in Fort Stewart, Georgia, down that way. And we were staying in a double wide, triple wide trailer, something like that. And started, you know what I'm saying, hitting the music pretty hard back then. So really, Gator Boy was a collective of me kind of jumping in and out of the music process while still fulfilling my military duty. So half them songs, like the song I did with Insane Poetry, I was still serving. I still got up, you know, I got home from work that day from, you know, on post, and my girl was at the house like, hey, Insane Poetry sent you that verse back, and we're all hype as fuck because that's a legend, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure you've had that feeling yourself, brother, but really, yeah, so Gator Boy was really, man, just a collection of me attempting to get back in. And I had a lot more songs than that, and I just kind of sifted through and said, man, we'll do it like this. And then later on, to kind of revamp it, I had Low Key be a part of it and kind of create a new cover and stuff like that, man. But, yeah, it was really fun to work on. And, that's even whenever I first met Dark Half, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a great time period for you, man. You're making some connections with some really great names. I mean, think about it on the album. I mean, I remember you had Playboy the Beast, you had
Yeah, yeah.
Scum, you had Insane Poetry, Dark Half. I mean, you had a great put together album that, really when I heard it, I was in the underground at that time. I was doing my own thing, over this way, and I came across
Yeah.
Gator Boy. And I listened to that, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Like right away, I think I'm trying to remember what was the first song I heard. It might have been Cleaver. It was
Yeah,
either
yeah.
Cleaver or I think it was Cleaver, which brought me onto the album, and then I fell in love with your Silent Hill.
Yeah, yeah.
It just sticks in my head like nobody's business. I can't get it out. It just like I'll be like driving like a day later, just humming it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
the
I'm
whole
like,
melody and
get,
shit.
like get the fuck out of there. What are you doing?
Hell yeah.
No, but that's dope. I mean, yeah, Silent Hill. I think you had Goosebumps on that album. You had some really good tracks on that album.
Yeah, yeah. And again, man, really, it was. I think why. I don't know. I felt like horrorcore at that time was, you know how it goes through its like stagnation periods and shit. Like, which now it's kind of beautiful because all these labels are fucking falling apart, and here is Team She standing here tall and proud and fucking, you know what I'm saying? And there's a few labels like us, man, that are still kind of standing around like, hey, look over this way, guys. What the fuck are y'all doing?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's nice. It is a time period right now that you can get some attention and some buzz if you're doing what you're supposed to be and sticking to the grindstone.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But I feel like all the grinding and the stuff like that, man. Like everybody on the team's kind of been the same. We've all ended up on places where we probably didn't get the proper love or support or push. Because a lot of these labels, man, is get behind one or two artists, everybody else's backup dancers almost and that's how that's me keeping it 100, man.
No, absolutely. I agree. I agree. No, I think you did a great job with the album. I think you did a hell of a collection. That made your mark. Like I said, maybe not as many people were paying attention as should and still are. I think you should be much, much bigger than you are right now, but that caught people's attention, and then you just continued to come, even though you said you had to go away for a while. That was a collection of many different things.
Yeah, yeah.
It escalated from there. It built from there, and I watched you go in and out through a different couple changes, and then you came out with This Is Horrorcore, but what was the second album? I Am a Monster.
There Will Be Blood.
Oh, There Will Be Blood.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
I Am a Monster. That album, when it hit 2, it was fucking banging. So, and then it led on, and then obviously you have Gasoline now. So you have put together quite a catalog. I mean, you worked, a lot of different angles too. I mean, your music is depthful.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I've always kind of felt like that, but I come from a horrorcore, like strict horrorcore background, then it straight into straight hip hop. Like I was into the Dipsets and the Jay-Z's and all that. Like I had that time period, and then I also had I went through which I still listen to now, but like Slipknot and the whole Mudvayne, Rob Zombie. Stuff like that. So I kind of take a little bit of everything, man. I call it death rap just for the simple fact, like I'm not on the song trying to sound scary or trying to make a scary song or whatever it is. I'm just basically horrorcore lyrics over hip hop beats, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
It is, yeah, because I don't really like going by the term horrorcore either. I never have. I've used it even in a couple of my songs, but I'm like, it's something different than that. It's not...
Right.
My thought of horrorcore is, like you said, someone trying to sound scary.
Yeah, like back in the day, which that made me fall in love with it and shit, and a lot of these people I've met and great fucking people. But I almost felt like at the beginning I was like, man, if I ain't got a gimmick like like a wrestler, because I compare it a lot to it. Like if you ain't got a gimmick or something like that or some kind of character that you're playing, I was like I wasn't feeling it for a while and kind of took my own lane with it for a little bit. But at the time, too, I really didn't give a fuck what anybody thought about my music. I was just trying to fall back in love with it.
And I think you did, man. And that's what I've noticed recently with your return as of like a year and a half, roughly ago. You have been on it, man, constantly writing. I see your posts on a weekly basis. Oh, I'm writing this. I'm working in the studio today constantly. I'm like, man, this motherfucker's putting in some work on this new album.
Absolutely, bro.
Well, then you drop gasoline, and it's like, well, then now I see why.
Nah,
So
dude.
that's dope, man. You did a really good job. I was highly anticipating that, and it is a very good body of work. For those
Fuck
that
yeah.
have not heard it yet, please go check it out. We'll be playing 2 of those songs tonight. But if you are listening and you are an old school fan or you're a new fan as of tonight, please check it out. Pick up a copy of that album, Weather Physical, which he does have some for sale at this time, a limited
Yes,
supply,
sir.
and he does have digital all over any online retailer.
Yeah,
So,
and yeah, even with the the hard copies or whatever, I have some actually with me, but with the limited supply, it's just personalized copies, like up to the first 30 copies that are sold or whatever will be personalized. Anything after that will not, unless I see you at a show or something like that. I don't care to do it, but I ain't trying to sound fucking Hollywood either. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't give a
no, I
fuck.
got you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's your thoughts on CDs these days? Because we've reached a strange pivotal change, and it's happened several times. I mean, obviously from 8-track to records to cassettes to CDs to MP3s. You know, we're living in an age now where we push CDs hard. We burn CDs. We went out and handed them out originally when we were younger.
Absolutely.
Then we got printed and pressed ones, and we're selling them. We're trying to push these albums, but now we've come to a time where cars are being sold without CD players. Most people don't have a traditional CD player in their house. So
It's
now
true.
you're trying to sell this thing that you're brainwashed into thinking you got to sell
Yeah,
for
yeah.
your merch, but really it's become a relic, and is it beneficial to keep a heavy supply? So as you said, you have a small supply, which is smart,
Right, right.
because you don't end up ordering a couple hundred of them and then you get fucking stuck with all these CDs.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know, man. For me, I just like the nostalgia of it too, because whenever you remember like Red Rum Media and shit like that from back in the day, like
Yes.
I loved getting my albums, man. I loved tearing the cellophane off of them and fucking that new CD smell, like even whenever ICP put out Hell's Pit. I remember going to the parking lot of Sam Goody and sitting on top of the car and looking around the parking lot, and there being other people sitting out, playing music in their cars and stuff like that just to go in to get a hard copy. So I feel like for me, it's almost nostalgia.
No, that's true, because I remember mowing yards as a teenager, getting money earned up, going to Sam Goody. First, before it was Sam Goody, it was a store called On Cue.
Right, right.
And then On Cue went out of business. Sam Goody took over. But I remember going to the store up there and the energy and the feeling of like, fuck yeah, I'm buying some new music today.
Oh man, it was amazing, wasn't it?
It was, and no one will ever understand it anymore. That's the younger generation, because with having everything so easily at your fingertips, I mean, this was really internet days. This was listening to some fucking CDs. This wasn't Facebook and MySpace. This was early age. Let's go to the store and pick up some CDs. And I remember I'd go in and I'd buy one or so albums that I wanted.
Yeah,
but then
yeah,
I'd buy roughly 2 that I did. Not that I necessarily didn't want, but that I just didn't know. I would go walk through the store, randomly pick out 2 albums that I thought had badass fucking artwork that I liked.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
I would buy it. Now, sometimes I'd be pleasantly surprised. Sometimes I'd listen and be like, wow, I should not have went off this artwork. But you know what I mean? It was that feeling that you don't get anymore with music. You can't get that with hitting Google Play and things. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you can't get that same feeling by just hitting a button on the computer and whatever song you want comes on.
Man, I don't know if you remember, but do you remember those magazines you'd get in the mail where it was like a penny an album or some shit, and you put the little stickers in the blocks? I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, that was oh, what the hell was the name of that? It had a name for that.
You know what I'm talking about though?
If anybody's listening out there, drop us the line of what that is. That was damn it, I used to do it all the time. Yeah, you could get like 30 albums for like $10.
Oh yeah, dude, I would send them to my fucking neighbor's house and shit, and sit there like, you know what I'm saying, see the mailman be down the street like, oh fuck, I gotta get ready to go get that shit because there's 10 albums over there that I fucking ordered they don't know about. And I had that hustle going on, but we had like fucking 50 CDs and didn't pay shit for them pretty much. So I was like, I don't know how the fuck this company is staying in business, bro.
Well, you know what? They tried to last as long as they could, but eventually I think it did catch up to them. Therefore, they're no longer around. But all those CD companies, man, they took a hit when the internet came out. Everyone thought it was such a mesmerizing, amazing thing, and it is.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
no one's seen at that exact moment when they're like, check out this new thing, the World Wide Web. Everybody's like, cool, but then, they never seen in the back of their head the thousands of businesses that were going to go out of business because of the fact that as that got bigger, we don't need people as much.
Oh, absolutely, man. And one of my favorite rappers, bro, actually B.O.B., which, a lot of people go, wait a minute, that's one of your favorite rappers. It ain't even necessarily the pop songs he puts out, but it's the mixtapes and shit. Like off of his mixtapes, man, he spoke a lot on that, man. So I highly suggest anybody out there, man, listening to give B.O.B.'s mixtapes a chance. If you miss that underground hip hop type shit, because he speaks on this exact topic, man, and a lot of topics that are relevant today. So I know this is my interview, man. I'm a huge fucking fan. I had to plug that real quick.
No, absolutely, man. That B.O.B. is an awesome artist, and he does speak a lot on topics that I personally enjoy and think about. I know that you're an out-of-the-box thinker as well with many things that you've posted up over the years.
Yeah,
absolutely. I don't believe in a lot of the things that are being told to us that are going on around us. I'm certainly an out-of-the-box thinker. So from one to another, much love, and to B.O.B. for obviously speaking on the matters in his music.
Holy fuck, are we about to get into conspiracies, bro?
I literally walked the border of it, but then I didn't step
Oh
over.
my
I
God.
behaved myself. I walked the border of this flat earth and I didn't step over.
Oh shit, bro. Yeah, I get it. I get in way too fucking deep. And I heard this thing the other day, man, like falling in this fucking rabbit hole on YouTube and shit like that, man. Like that shit's real as fuck.
Yeah, no, dude, you don't want to get me started because when you start talking about, different portals and like you said, rabbit holes, wormholes, there are wormholes that do take you into other dimensions.
Bro.
And most people will look at you and be like, what the fuck are you on? I'm like, listen, you think I'm crazy because I think this. I think you're crazy because you don't.
Right, bro. I don't know how fucking deep you are in the conspiracies, bro. That's pretty deep shit. But like a lot of it, man, I don't know. Like I feel like if you can follow the money on a lot of these things, man. Actually, me and Hard Jaws need to have a conversation about this shit too, because I hear that he's pretty fucking deep into the conspiracy side of it too. And I'm gonna get off this topic, man.
Your whole team's cracking up right now. They're all dropping mad info. Raz just said, has anyone ever seen a baby pigeon?
Never, bro. When have you ever seen one?
That is weird as fuck. I never thought. Listen, I'm someone who's heavily into conspiracy theory and out of the box things, and I don't think I've ever thought about a baby pigeon.
Answer that question, brother.
Mind is blown.
I'm saying every time I see one, they're grown adult ass pigeons, bro. Right?
Dollarized Trump, birdsaren'treal.com.
Oh, fuck.
He says Jaws has a story for everything. Well, that's great, though. You should. Listen, man, you don't want to get me, you, and Hard Jaws in the same room then because shit would get out of control.
Oh, my God, bro.
I have a whole nother radio show on similar things. And my other radio show that I do, it's a 2-part series. It's called Celestial Oddities. One of the parts is Celestial Oddities Pair of Normal Guys podcast. And then the other Celestial Oddities Odd World.
Yeah.
The two shows, one, we simply take on phone calls from around the world and listen to other people's stories about the different things that they've experienced out there in the paranormal with aliens, with cryptids. And then the other ones where we go into specific deep conversations each episode. But we have ones coming up that it's going to be probably another month or two, but we have ones coming up about wormholes. And we have ones coming up about conspiracy of certain different topics that will probably blow your mind that you're already into and you'll love. So make sure you check that out. And for anybody else out listen out there, Jaws, if you're listening out there, Team She, if you're listening and that shit interests you, make sure you check it out. It's really dope. It's called Celestial Oddities.
That's a cool fucking name, bro. It sounds pretty punk, too.
Yeah, man, it's pretty dope. It's me and a guy named Daniel James. Daniel James is a videographer, a well-accomplished actor, a, very versed medium. And
that's cool, man.
Channels, and it gets far out, though, and he's very into interdimensional pathways and speaking to other races, and a lot of people think he's crazy for that type of shit, and you should see it. He's so intuitive, and me and him click so well together back and forth on the subjects, because I study this. What people don't realize is, like, most of my life, when I'm not doing the entertainment side, is studying this type of material.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm a documentary guy too, man. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
I'm cool with sitting down and watching the documentary more than I am a movie, for real. I've always been that way. I don't know why, man. But hey, let me say that was an epic segue you just did. We went from that conversation to you plugging the new show. That shit was epic, man.
Absolutely, man. You got to know when to slip it in.
That was cool as fuck. Yeah.
No, that's great, man. But why don't you tell us, so what do you got planned coming up? I mean, I like to jump around. I don't like to just stay on your path from then till now. I like to kind of hip hop back and forth.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you have that we should be watching out for? You just dropped a new album on us. Obviously, you got our attention, or soon will. What do you plan on hitting us with next?
So, man, a lot of it I cannot speak about or will not because I'm changing kind of the way I've always done shit. I used to tell people my every move and things like that, and with Gasoline, really didn't do that. And I seen the impact that it made. But what I can say is that the day that Gasoline dropped, I was already writing. I was already writing to, a Bad Mind beat, which I'm going to work with another producer on the next project. Shout out to Bad Mind, man. That dude fucking killed it on Gasoline. Shout out to Don O'Rias real quick, because if it wasn't for Don, Razakel, Brain Dead Productions, Bad Mind, like all these people that I keep real close in my circle and real close into the creation of whatever the fuck I'm doing. Shout out to them, because if it wasn't for them, that project would not be possible. Me and you would not be talking about it right now. So I have nothing but the utmost respect. And again, it's a family thing. So, growing up, they've always told me that family's supposed to have your back. I've had, in my immediate family, I've had two people that's always been there for me. And I'm grateful for the music family I got today, and my family in my household that I got today. Because, shit could have went bad and wrong at a lot of different points. So I'm grateful that, I am where I'm at today, bro.
No, those are the things that, excuse me, those are the things that help, get you out of that darkness. And I mean, I know from knowing a little bit about your past, you had, a little bit of a rough upbringing. You felt alone. Like you said, I heard you say that on the other interview that you did, that, you didn't have a father figure around. So it was kind of you learning to teach yourself everything that you needed to know. Yeah,
absolutely. So that, again, that's with the whole military thing. Like, I was working at a fast food joint. I probably could have made it work for real, but panic set in, and I didn't know, again, what grown people do as far as that goes. Like, so I ended up over the ocean with a machine gun in my hand. Go fucking figure. Now, whenever people ask me to sign shit, I'm like, wait a minute. And then I read this whole motherfucker real quick, bro.
No, yeah, you have to. And I mean, you were over there for, you were in the military for a minute, man. You were what, like 6 years?
Yeah, 6 years. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, I remember that time period of you on social media.
Yeah.
That's great, man. That's just think of the way it all turned out. I mean, I often think, think of life if it would have been differently. Obviously, you wish you would have had a father figure around. I didn't have much of a father figure around myself.
Yeah.
It changes you. It does make you think and grow a certain way. And sometimes you think back, like, what if it would have been different? But then you have to wonder, who would you be?
Oh, absolutely. Like, even in one of my songs, man, I said, I am nothing like my dad, must be another man's son. Did you get it, man? I said that I'm another man's son. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's awesome. That's a dope line, man.
Yeah. So, like, even throughout my music, man, like, there's bars here and there that's kind of like, bleeding into my real life. Like, even on Gasoline, the song Not Okay is probably one of the most realest songs I think I've ever put out. Like, kind of, just to expose who I really am type shit, like the anxiety and the depressions and the things like that, that never really ramped up until I got out of the Army, I believe. Is kind of what ramped it up, or what may have caused it. But again, man, like, I feel like the songs that do the best is the ones that have pain involved in them, or some kind of struggle. And us being underground fans and doing what we do, we can all kind of relate to that anyways. That's why, even Don O'Rias' album, man, there's a whole lot of content on there people can relate to, man. So yeah, man, I don't know. It's just been it's been a little bit of a struggle, man. But for anybody out there that's struggling with any of this shit, hope y'all know that Team She, man, is very approachable. Brutal Business is very approachable. And, yeah, I encourage anybody to reach out if you're going through some shit.
No, absolutely. I've always said that to fans and listeners out there, that if you're going through something, you feel like you're alone. And I understand what that's like, because I've been there many times myself. And the weird thing is, it's usually when you're not alone. It's when you are surrounded by people that you feel the most alone sometimes.
Right, absolutely.
But then you feel like you have no one to talk to. No one understands me. It's just me in the world. It's just me by myself. And you got to understand that there are people out there that are, there to talk to you, want to get to know you, and want to explain to you their struggles and how they got through to help you get through yours. So, as Dieabolik said, She Entertainment, Brutal Business Entertainment, we're here to, certainly talk to people, meet fans. We're the type of groups that hang out after shows and hang with you. We bullshit with you. We're talking to you during the show. We're not hiding in the back away from you.
Absolutely.
We believe in live entertainment. We believe in that show environment, that family environment, the way that it used to be, the way that it should be again. So this is the wave of what's to come. So, be a part of it. If you feel alone out there, even if you don't feel alone and you just want to meet good people and be a part of something big, come out to one of our shows and support the artist. We'll show you a lot of love.
Yeah, especially for the people, man, that may be watching videos now of this past weekend, man. Y'all seen the love that was in that building.
Absolutely. I played a show in Ohio this past weekend, too. It was a little mini festival. It was fucking freezing on Friday night. It literally dropped down to 40 degrees. I was in my tent. It was freezing my balls off. And it was nothing but love there, too. Smaller side of things. There wasn't a whole ton of people there, but it was nothing but love the entire weekend. Everybody had everybody's back. And, and it's just the way it should be, man. No bullshit. I'm, someone that doesn't shy away from something if it comes at me, but I'm not looking for it. You know what I mean? I just want to relax. I want to have a good time. I don't want the extra drama and bullshit around.
Right. Absolutely. I think, man, that comes with just experience and doing this shit too. But if that shit does happen to come, man, we can handle it. We'll be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. If that happens, what we're going to have to do then is we're going to have to power up, which is the song of the first one we're going to jump into right now. If you are listening out there, we're going to drop into this shit. This is Dieabolik's Power Up, and this is off his brand new album, Gasoline, that dropped last week. We'll be right back on Uncovering the Underground.
Power up.
Body count. Hey, 1, 2, 3, that's a body count. I shoot 2, 4, 9, that's somebody's crowd. I hit 3, 6, 5, that's a year around. I call 911, bitches going down. I got 6, everybody's laying around. Like 9/11 jumpers when they hit the ground. I got 1, 2 reasons I don't fuck around. Looking like Under Armour, I protect the house. I got 1 machete and a loaded 9. Hey, 12 rounds, I ain't talking boxing match. Pop breaking in the crib, put the gun in the grill. Now tell me, how you gonna box with that? I drain your blood where the faucet's at. I don't like you kids like a foster dad. Here to tell y'all fucks that the monster back. I'm stomping on hoes, call it monster match. Hey, Bane on the beat, bring the flame to the street. Oh, gas and my bitch got a monster ass. I'm bringing the wicked, the shrunken head military, and I cover it like a punker where that function at. I got all up in my feelings about the people and the dealers, and they pull it like a temperature, a bang on them hoes. Living really wicked and the people never get it, but I guess it's because I'm fucking strange, I suppose. I-S-T-R-A-N-G-E, pray if you're my enemy. I ain't got the energy, what the fuck's gotten into me? S-T-R-A-N-G-E, pray if you're my enemy. I ain't got the energy, what the fuck's gotten into me? Power up, power up, power up. Yeah, bitch, I power up. I power up, power up. Yeah, bitch, I power up. I power up, power up. Yeah, bitch, I power up. Power up, power up. Yeah. Back to the bars like a relapse. This time, don't nobody get a free pass. Hang him in the freezer and I beat him like a Rocky. I promise to get nobody stop a killer in that cold mask. Fully y'all better walk past to get your body surrounded by a chalk dash. You're a psycho the same lines, and so it's really easy to see the reasons why you bitches talk trash. Yeah, bitch, I power up. Like I'm being plugged into a receptacle. Gripping your neck and like a person with a grudge. Man, I swear to God, it's hard for me to let it go. Triple like Dieabolik, it's on a couple edibles. All of your homies that think I'm trash, but man, it's all good. Cause your girl DM'd and she said I'm incredible. Bitch, you by this lane, I'm all this ready, so people gon' die. I'm a death machine. Compounds unstable like I'm tetrazine. Hey, we be on the block like a Tetris team. I'm a soldier, I will not accept defeat. Goddamn, if I wanna kill him, you can call it God's plan. Bitch, I am a god, I got a gun and y'all scram. Hit him with a whip and throw him in the Dodge Ram. Bitch, I got the power on the motherfucker man. S-T-R-A-N-G-E, Pray if you're my enemy. I ain't got the energy. What the fuck's gotten into me? STRANGE. Pray if you're my enemy. I ain't got the energy. What the fuck's gotten into me? Power up, power up, power up. Yeah, bitch, I power up. I power up, power up. Yeah, bitch, I power up. I power up, power up. Yeah, bitch, I power up. Power up, power up. Yeah.
You heard it first and foremost, folks. That was Power Up, and we just got powered up listening to Dieabolik The Monster. That was off his brand new album, Gasoline, that dropped last week.
Gasoline.
That
Yes.
shit is fire. It's named that for a reason, because that shit is fucking dope, and that'll burn your house down by listening to it. So check it out, pop it in the stereo, and burn that shit down.
Hell yeah. Power up. Power up.
That shit's dope, man. No, that's clean. And we were talking about during the break, you know, you've put out a lot of good content over the years, but this by far is the cleanest, I think.
Damn. That's crazy, bro. That means a lot to me, man.
No, absolutely. It's clean. It's clean. It's smooth. I think it's all been dope, but this is the next level of Dieabolik.
Damn, man, I appreciate it. And again, man, I feel like if you got good people around you and shit like that pushing you, there's no way you could fucking fail anyways. So I had a lot of good people around me pushing me and believing in me, man. And again, a lot of us artists throughout the whole underground period, you know, even some of them won't admit it, but a lot of them, you know, they worry and they're concerned about whenever their shit's about to drop. I feel like if you don't have a huge ego and you really give a fuck about your craft, then you are gonna fucking worry about it a little bit. But I'm so happy with the way shit turned out. And again, shout out Don O'Rias. This motherfucker's a genius, bro.
It's funny because a couple things I wanted to point out. Definitely shout out Don O'Rias. And my team that's listening in right now is probably laughing their ass off because we have a long time running joke of just the word shout out Don O'Rias.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Don has ever told you that story, but I had him on one of my other radio shows a while back, and I got fucked up, and I didn't mean to. And
right.
I don't normally get fucked up during my shows, but I had a couple beers and something was wrong with this IPA that I was drinking, and it fucked me up hard. Like not just being strong, there was like actually something wrong with it, and made me violently ill afterwards. But I kept saying right towards the end, probably 30 times, shout out Don O'Rias. Hey Don O'Rias, shout out to you, Don O'Rias. And I kept doing it, and I got off the show that night. Fans and friends and everybody messaging me. They're like, shout out Don O'Rias. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? They're like, wow, dude. Last night you were on the level.
Hey, guess who was tuned into that show listening?
Oh, you were listening to that one? That was funny as fuck.
Bro, I was listening the whole time, dude.
I was on there fucked up off that shit.
I was on there supporting Don like, oh shit, this is about to be a crazy one right here, man.
No, I usually keep it well under control, but that night it was a long week. I think I drank 3 beers, that's it, and I can certainly handle 3 beers, but there was something wrong with this shit, like I said, I don't know. I actually got violently ill afterwards. It's something wrong with the hops. Sometimes the sediment from the hops can really fuck you up.
Hey, whatever you gotta say to make you feel better, brother.
Whatever I gotta say, but I'm trying to justify the fuck out of it. Like, listen, folks, I can handle my 3 beers. No, but we got some other people tuning in. Don's been saying different things and dropping some lines here. He said, life is like a box of chocolates. There's always going to be a trash-ass coconut piece in it.
Fuck, Don, get off of...
That's some random side note shit right there. But we got Replicon Radio actually tuning in. What's up, homies? Thank you for tuning in tonight. I was tuning into your show, too. Great interview the other night. But no, that's funny as hell. That's funny that you were listening to it.
Yeah, man. I was gonna bring that shit up earlier, but yeah, whatever.
No.
But I think it's cool. I think it's cool to see how even Replicon's on this shit right now, and you was listening to their shit. That's the kind of shit I like to see, man. I'm all about underground unity. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, unity is the key word for sure. And you said something earlier that I wanted to kind of jump back and backpedal on. Is you said it feels good to be around a team that everyone's like-minded, everyone's positive, and wants to push for their goals. And the reason that is when you don't have to keep your eyes on your back. you can keep your eyes on your future. And that's the thing it's really proves a point. It's strong. You got to think about it. If you're not around good people, you never know when that person's going to stab you in the back. You never know, what's going on around you. It's just you, so you can't focus fully on you. You can't focus fully on your task. But when you're comfortable and you say, you know what, the people around me got my back, there's love here, then you can feel comfortable and you can actually focus on your task at hand, and that's what produces and creates the best art and best music. And like I said, that shows from obviously what you just said and how you feel about it, that shows in your music. So that's great because you can focus now ahead of you instead of having to worry about what's behind you. And another thing you said too the other day during your interview was that you don't care anymore. You're at a level where you stop setting boundaries for yourself. And I did that a while back, and that's a game changer. Game changer for sure. Because, I mean, what was your mindset? Because you go through that state where you think you have to be this, you have to be that, and you push and you push, and you still make good music. But then there is a point that some of us get to that you say, you know what? Fuck it all. I'm just going to do what I want to do.
Yeah, and originally that's kind of why we all got into music anyways. And then, it all became, I guess, tainted and shit and fucking and all that. But, man, what I've learned over the years is that egos fucking kill people. And what I mean by that is, like, egos kill the fucking artist. So even, like, last year at Night of the Shrunken Heads, the second night I was asked, hey, man, you're opening up the show. And my immediate response was, no problem, let's go. You see what I'm saying? Like,
no, absolutely.
Having that kind of mentality, bro, and a lot of these cats want to be fucking rock stars, and they think it's going to get them somewhere or whatever the fuck it is. Man, I'm telling you, like, if you can kind of kill that ego off and start being grateful for shit, I feel like anybody could go a lot further than what they are. And, it's kind of rapper mentality or whatever, too. Like, whenever somebody starts getting a lot of fans and shit like that, their egos explode. But, I always say be careful on your way up how you treat people, because you got to see those same people on your way down.
Absolutely.
And that's something that's kind of always stuck with me, man. Like, treat people as you want to be treated and, put out the best content that you can. And I feel like as long as I keep my circle small, as far as, the people I feature and the people that produce my music and things like that, man, because I know they're solid. Again, I can't fail as long as I do that. Because even if the masses don't like the product, I still, at the end of the day, made music with the people I love the most. You feel what I'm saying, though?
No, absolutely. That kind of goes along with one of the questions I was going to ask you. I usually do a lightning round during my interviews where I throw some kind of funny but different questions out at you. And one of the ones I was going to ask you tonight kind of goes along with what you just said there is, would you rather make one song that just explodes? It is the golden song. It's the song that everyone listens to as far as hardcore underground, dark rap, that everyone's like, holy fuck, this will never be topped. But every other song that you ever create is absolute trash? Or would you rather make just hit after hit after hit, but it's not a hit because no matter how hard you promote and push, no one ever hears it? You have to pick one of the two. Which would you pick?
Man, I feel like I picked the second option, just for the fact, like, again, I got back into this shit knowing, like, I want to do this shit because I love doing it. Like, I want to have fun with it again. I want to do those kinds of things. And it ain't necessarily I don't even have expectations as far as places I want to go or places I want to be or, I feel like making it, to me, these days, is I could be at my home. Music is my job. I could be with my family. It ain't even necessarily got to be blown up and shit like that. So I think option number 2 would probably be the best for me, man.
No, that's dope, because that's a big, reflection of personality with that question, because you have someone who wants to go for the hit. Like, I want the hit. I want the recognition. I want to be that god.
Right.
But everything else you make is garbage, and it's more like, I need that. I crave that attention. Then you have the other person that says, I don't really give a fuck if anybody ever sees me. I just want to make what I love.
Yeah,
It's just, and there's nothing wrong with either. It's just two completely different sides of the brain.
I mean, and look at music right now. Like people that was bumping. I mean, let's just throw out an artist. Like 50 Cent. Let's say, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker today is like, oh yeah, listening to this 50 Cent album, and that kind of scene, like they're gonna get clowned on, like, oh yeah, that shit was classic, but why the fuck are you listening to that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no, I know.
Yeah, but us underground cats, man, we're still bumping shit from the 90s. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so
I listen to old shit all the time.
Who's the one making the calls as far as what's a hit and what ain't?
And that's really the truth, too, because I listen to a lot of shit that I honestly, probably one of the only people I know that listen to certain types of stuff that I'm into, and someone else who listens to that's fucking garbage, but to me, it's a classic.
Right, yeah, absolutely, man.
So, I mean, yeah, like, who's to say what a hit is? And that's a good, valid point.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Let's see, I'm reading some of these comments we got over here.
Oh, shit.
Replicon says, is there currently such a song in the underground? And I'm not sure which part of that he was talking about because we went back and forth on a few different outlooks there.
Man, maybe that one, like the biggest hit in the underground type shit. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, it's tough because there's been some good hits, but I mean, usually someone tops it. So I mean, how do you make the ultimate song? And like you said, who's to say what the ultimate song is? Because I've never heard of a song that everyone I know loves.
I guess, I don't know, for me currently, man, I have to say, Runaway, Raskill and Ritual of Ether is a fucking banger, bro. And if you ain't heard it, man, or if whoever's listening, if they ain't heard it, I suggest you go listen to that. Ritual of Ether in general, me and him became, real close, real tight over the past week or so, chopping it up a lot, putting some plans in motion. And Hard Jaws Bustin'. Donald Rice's whole fucking catalog, like, bro, Genosha X, Testify, like shit like that is the kind of shit that's currently, and I may be being, biased and shit, but that's currently what the fuck I'm digging. Like that stays in rotation, especially the mixtape we put out, which, by the way, let me do my segue thing too real quick. You can download for free right now. Did I do that good?
You did that good.
All right, cool. So you can download for free right now. I'm sure somebody's going to drop a link in this motherfucker right now. Or you can follow one of us on Facebook or whatever and get the link from there. But it is FOFREE. FOFREE.
That's what's up. No, you're hearing it right here, folks. Go pick it up. Go check it out. It's dope. The whole team's dope. I mean, like he was saying, you can't really go wrong with anyone on the team or anyone fucking with the team. Everyone's good people.
Man, I appreciate it, dude. But again, real recognized real, and what's understood ain't got to be explained, man. You know what I mean? It's always been love, dude.
Real shit, man. Real shit. And with that, I'm going to jump into our second song here because with, him telling you about all the music you can check out, all the dope shit that's dropping for your ear holes now, you motherfuckers better bow down. This is Dieabolik The Monster off his brand new album, Gasoline. We'll be right back on Uncovering the Underground.
Lega.
I got bars like St. Patty's Day. These rappers sweetin' out here playing patty cake. No, get dusted like clearing attic space. Greetings, Earthlings, the monster been from outer space. Impatient, mental patient, Jackie, how I rush hour. Kamikaze pilot, fuck your life for fuck hours. On your gravesite, laughing when they dump flowers. Being in the studio, cooped up for dumb hours. I'm not going crazy, bitches, that's my residence. Racing to your skin like a skincare regimen. Tell me how the fuck I'm so evil in my cerebral. But these motherfuckers know that the flow is so heaven sent. Bend and break, bitch, it's name. Thinking you can stop me, big mistake. Rush your space, crush your face. Bow down to the king, king of the misplaced motherfucker. Bow down to the king when you see me. Bow down, let me hear you say I'm repeat. Dieabolik is a monster. Dead bodies on stage at my concert. Bow down to the king when you see me. Bow down, let me hear you say I'm repeat. Dieabolik is a monster. Dead bodies on stage at my concert. Bow down, kiss the ring, watch the crown now. You ain't a rapper just because you got a SoundCloud. Click bang from the barrel from my outpost. The loudest in the room usually has his mouth closed. And I'm sitting in silence, I'm like a violent storm. with the earth cracked and now a swarm. Plague the nation, the revelation is fucking born. Wicked shit spitter, little Godzilla, little thrown off and literally gon' get ya. I got an axe, I call it the dome splitter, calling 911 while I'm on the phone with your motherfucker. Bend and break, bitch's name. Thinking you can stop me, big mistake. Rush your space, crush your face, bow down to the king, king of the misplaced motherfucker. Bow down to the king when you see me. Bow down, let me hear you say and repeat. Dieabolik is a monster. Dead bodies on stage at my concert. Bow down to the king when you see me. Bow down, let me hear you say and repeat. Dieabolik is a monster. Dead bodies on stage at my concert.
And you just heard it, folks. Bow Down from Dieabolik The Monster off his brand new album Gasoline that just dropped last week. Go pick yourself up a copy of it or we'll kill you. We won't actually kill you, but you know what I mean. You want to get it. You want to get it. Nah, for real though. Once again, every song on the fucking album is a banger, so no surprise to play that one as well, and it'd be the same case. What was your motivation going into Bow Down?
Really, man, just statement time, man. Like I was back to work. I was working with Bad Mind as a producer, somebody I've always wanted to work with. And as a time to come back type of deal, it was like, man, I got to have some kind of statement track on here because I'm not usually the type of dude that gets on Facebook like, oh, I'm the fucking shit, or or act that way towards anybody. Like that's not who I am. But I guess that's the monster side of me coming out and saying, I'm finally a force to be reckoned with, man. And that's kind of how Bow Down came about.
No, and you certainly are, and I think you've proven that point. I don't think anyone should try to, test that either. It's funny when you think about our crew or people that we hang out with, we associate with.
Yeah.
When you think of the hardcore underground music scene, not the Tech Nines and the Hobsons, you go that level below that, the actual underground.
Yeah.
You start thinking of the top names in the game, and they're all our people, you know what I mean? And we're their people, and it's interesting. It's like, wow, I'm a part of this thing that you don't think of it on a daily grind. You make music, you do things, and you're like, okay, I'm making music, I'm in the scene, that's great. But then you don't take a step back and look at it from the outside perspective and say, oh shit, I'm one of the guys.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's and again, gratitude is a huge fucking thing for me, man, because just as much as I've gained in the past, month or so or the last year, I could quickly lose that shit if ego becomes a part of it. If I start to become ungrateful for things, if I, you know what I mean? Like it's easy to fucking fall apart. So every day, man, I'm grateful, and every day I'm trying to make some new content because a lot of the people that listen to my music now have been listening to the music. They kind of know the history behind it. And, I'd rather have, a dollar rather than 100 pennies or whatever.
No, absolutely. I can't wait to see what else it is that you bring to the table, what's to come with She. I can't wait to see what you and Donna Rice might do, coming up with other things that you guys got going on. Shout out to Donna Rice. For real though, you guys are putting out a lot of great product, and I can't wait to hear what it is that you guys, certainly do. Why don't you tell us where we can check out the album at, what platforms you're at, how people can get in contact with you, and then why don't you let us know who you would like to give some love to and some shout outs to.
Yeah, man. Right now, dude, I'm on Facebook, Dieabolik The Monster, or you can go to She or Shrunken Head Entertainment, the official page on there. You can contact a lot of us through there. Really just anybody on the team, man. You can contact if you want to get a hold of any of us. Again, on that SoundCloud, we'll have that link on Facebook as well, where you can download the free mixtape before you even want to buy an album or really commit to anything. I mean, you can get that mixtape and you can see for yourself, like, hey, is this something I would fuck with or whatever it is. There's no love lost, man. I completely understand. But I encourage everybody out there, man, to give that shit a chance. Because again, a lot of this dope shit these days, I feel like gets watered down because everybody's a fucking rapper now. But man. So with that, dude, like, yeah. So Facebook, the Dieabolik The Monster page, the Shrunken Head Entertainment page, and then you can catch my shit on YouTube and now on every digital platform. You can type in Dieabolik The Monster, Gasoline. It should pull up even my older albums if you want to listen to some of the older shit. And also you can order the album off of RazikaleStore.com. I believe it's RazikaleStore.com. And again, man, and there's a lot of dope shit on there as well.
Absolutely. Well, check them out, folks. As I mentioned at the beginning of the show, buy his merch, buy his album, support his music. Go to a show if you see him close. Support She Entertainment and all of their artists. We do got some announcements we wanted to go over. I do have some other great guests, as you know, every single week on Uncovering the Underground Radio Podcast show. Next week we have Killa King from Ohio as well. I guess it's on Ohio month, apparently.
Oh, shit.
And then we have... we do have my man Trouble from Washington State that's on my label, Brutal Business Entertainment, going to be on later in the week. Those dates, as I'm pulling them up for you right now, will be next Thursday night. That is going to be the 17th with Killa King, and the following week, that is the 24th with Trouble. And then, as always, 8 to 10:30, 8 p.m. roughly, Eastern Standard Time, 8 to 9, uninterrupted underground music, 9 to 10:30. Interview and discussions with underground artists, everything from rappers to bands, actors, authors, athletes, porn stars, you name it, we have them on the show. If you are listening out there and you have suggestions for the show, or if you are listening out there and you're an artist yourself, want to get your music possibly featured on the show, make a shout out for the show, or be featured and interviewed on the show, you can check us out or hit us up at brutalbusinessent@gmail.com. Again, that is brutalbusinessent@gmail.com. Check out all of our updates with our modeling, our music, magazine, radio shows, wrestling, and more at www.teambrutalbusiness.com. We do want to thank you for listening to the show tonight. To everyone that tuned in and participated, if you are listening to this, once again, before we close out for the evening, please hit the share button. We really would appreciate you spreading the show around. And one last time to my good friend, my fellow collaborative artist, and longtime underground king in my eyes, Dieabolik The Monster. Thank you for being on the show tonight, homie.
Man, thank you so much, brother. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. We're going to continue grinding. We're going to continue to rise, just like HB the Grizzly said herself. Shout out to everybody, man, and shout out to you. Shout out to Brutal Business, Team She, and again, the whole underground, brother.
Much love, man. We'll catch all of you next time here on Uncovering the Underground. We'll talk to you later. Have a good night.
Team C, bitch.